So, after 3 years of absolutely nothing, we finally have a Bayonetta 3 trailer, and I'm very divided in how I feel about it. Starting with the positives, the graphics look great, the gameplay looked as good as ever, and the game is actually coming out. On the negative points, I'm not really sure how I feel about her look. I like her outfit, but the gigantic pigtails throw me off a bit, and then when she started dancing, something just didn't look right. I got very big Japanese pop idol vibes from her movement, and the pigtails sort of amplify that schoolgirl demeanor, and it just seems a bit out of character for her. Then the biggest issue I have is that she's got a new voice. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I always put in voice clips for the characters at the end of every video, and in general, I am very passionate about voice acting. And if they've just replaced Helena Taylor, that sort of makes me lose interest in the game. It might sound silly to some people, but that's just how I work. Now, I have seen a bunch of theories why she has a new voice and why it's not really Bayonetta and yada yada yada, but, I am very cautiously optimistic about the entire thing. So anyway, I thought we could dive in with a closer look of the only 2 Bayonetta action figures ever released, because I don't count the Nendoroid. I'm actually really surprised that there were never a Figuarts or a Figma Bayonetta figure. It seems right up their alley. Also to note is that I've shortened both of these figures. Originally they were at a weird 9.5-inch scale that didn't work with anything, and before you say that Bayonetta is 8 feet tall in the game, let me tell you that you are flat out wrong unless suddenly Luca, a normal human being, is also 8 feet. Bayonetta has a tiny head and super long legs, which visually makes her look gigantic, but she's probably just around 6 feet. My figure is around 7.25 inches to the top of her skull, not counting the hair, so she works alright in my video game shelf if you don't think too hard about it. I see it more as a Smash Bros version where they changed her proportions to look more normal. Here's Kratos next to her, and Geralt. So, she's tall, but I think she looks very proportionate. So anyway, these 2 figures are quite wonderful. They are extremely well sculpted for starters. Like, all the detail just looks fantastic. You can see all the sculpted detail, and especially the face sculpt. It's flawless. It couldn't be anyone else. Got the right expression, that little smirk. The eyes are painted absolutely beautifully behind the glasses, and the glasses... I actually had to modify the glasses a bit because originally they were sort of drooping down at the sides a bit, so I had to crack them in the middle and then push them up so they were straight like this and then glue them back together. But right now, flawless pretty much. I would honestly say it's flawless. There's some detail missing here on the side of the glasses because I also had to redo this bit when I removed the glasses, but I don't really mind too much. It's not really too noticeable. Articulation wise, actually we can go over accessories first. She has the guns, and unfortunately the guns fall off very easy. She doesn't really want to hold them because it's just the hand grip isn't very tight, as you can see. Like, it's sculpted, but they almost immediately fall off. So she comes with those 2 guns, and she comes with these alternate hands, and I don't really know what... It's like come hither type hand, and she's got the same for the other side. But I don't really want to change them either, because last time I tried pulling these off, they just... You see how the joint is like giving in. So I'm not even gonna risk that. Guns she has issues holding. I want to get some clear rubber bands just to like wrap them on there. I used blue tack at one point, but I don't know, I don't really like doing that. We can look at the articulation now when we've gazed at the face. Oh god, look, it's perfect. Anyway, head on a double ball peg here. Perfect movement. Look at all this movement here. Couldn't be better. And then she has a joint here at the neck itself, so you can get like all this extra movement from the neck. And then the shoulders, they're all right. They don't go quite 90, but you can sort of like make it go 90 if you just twist it. And these like hair cape bits, they're sitting in ball joints too, so they follow whatever you do with this arm. Like, whenever you twist it, it will adhere to whatever gravitational pull you want it to adhere to. Swivel up here, And then single jointed elbows, but they go more than 90 degrees. Then she's got like this sort of like revel techie joint here, and as usual you can twist the hand like that, and now you have up and down movement like this for the wrist. And she's got like an upper torso swivel, but it's really useless. It's really hard to move. Like you can twist it like so, but it doesn't really like moving too much. And further down she's got like a waist ball joint, so she can like lean back, lean forward, and just twist side to side. This bit here is made out of rubber and doesn't really hinder articulation at all. It just moves out of the way whenever. That also helps the leg movement quite a lot. She can kick out like that. She can kick out to the side. And she has a twist here. But you can't see it. It's sort of like how I wish McFarlane had their joints. So like from the side you can't even see it. It would be awful if there was like a cut here that just interrupted this entire sculpt. And then she's got double jointed knees. Like so. They like look all right. They're not like the best design, and they tend to get like a little bit loose. So like you see here. So I might have to go in there with some glue and just make like the legs stiffen up a little bit more. And then down here she's got an ankle pivot from this joint, and this is also sort of like the hands. You can twist it. So you get forwards movement here, but frankly, that looks dumb. But moving back, the guns on her feet sort of hinders any movement that would benefit from that. So I just prefer to have them as ankle rockers, because ankle rockers are always necessary for, you know, posing. You can get some pretty, like, deep stances with her. We can take a look at the back detail too. As you can see, same amount of sculpting as on the front. Nice skin tone here. You see there's like a little bit of airbrushing here to give it some shading. The skin tone goes over to the rubber piece as well. It's not like seamless or anything, but you know, what can they do? It works all right. And then this bit here, as you can see, full of detail, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look at Jeanne while we're at it. So Jeanne is actually the better engineered figure, at least from my copy, because this twist here, this joint here, is a lot more cooperative. Not so much this one in terms of range though, but it just feels more solid. Her arms go out slightly higher than Bayo's. She's got the same twist here. Same joint there. Hands are slightly less articulated. They're on the same type of joint as Bayo, but these fur pieces here sort of inhibits any movement. The neck isn't nearly as good, unfortunately, because this is like one really solid piece, and it's just stopping every single piece of movement that could come out of it. I wish that this was like a rubber piece instead. That would have been way better. Same with the legs here. Kick forward. I changed this joint because I gave it to Bayonetta. I lost my other ones for her. And you know, like, it's the same type of joint for the knees and everything, so I'm not really going to go too deep into it. But you can also see where I like cut to shorten everything. The back has some nice detail, more of that beautiful shading back here. It's got a bow with paint shading here at the very edges. You see the little bit of grey. And just overall, very, very beautiful figures. So these figures will unfortunately set you back quite a lot. Bayonetta, when Bayo by herself, is usually like around $200, and Jeanne used to be around $40 to $50, but now, last time I checked, she had crept up in price a lot. So if you want these figures, and I do recommend them, you're gonna have to cough up a lot of money, unfortunately. But like, they're the only figures you can choose from, really. And one more time, just look at this head sculpt, the smirk, the eyes, the sculpt. It's just perfect. It's just absolutely flawless. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video.
Is that all you've got?
We've got work to do. Let's dance, boys!
So, are we heading to Thimbleventer on a shopping trip for Mummy, little one?
Tukino!